Hello! I'm back in the city and I have been feeling a little bit bluish lately. Bluish tint, I want to say. Not too bad, but just little moments of sadness here and there just because I feel like I'm a little bit disconnected with myself and the universe and my creativity. I've just been feeling really blocked lately. However, today's an exciting day because my friend is taking me to the Jimmy Fallon show and I'm about to get ready to go, and I thought I would bring you guys along with me because I think it's going to be really fun. I think it's just one of those days that I'm having. I think they happen every so often. Part of the reason is that when you have spent so much of your life depressed and feeling down on yourself and feeling insecure and inadequate and feeling like you're not good enough, it's really easy for those neural pathways to be set there. Even if you spend a lot of time doing mindset reframes and trying to rewire your thoughts, because you spent so much of your life thinking in a certain way, it is hard to shift them sometimes. And I think recently that's kind of been where I am, and I have been feeling creatively just my juices aren't flowing. I don't really particularly feel like I'm at my highest self right now, and that's okay. I think these things flow. This is just part of life, and I have certain moments when I feel really anxious and I can feel it all in my body, and I know that I need to keep letting go and reminding myself that it's okay that these moments will come in and out. And even though I didn't feel like working out today, I still made myself go to yoga. And when I went to yoga, something that my yoga instructor was talking to us about was about the idea of cleaning the room, or cleaning out the things in the room that you no longer need and that no longer work for you. And I love that idea. Even though I don't necessarily know a ton about yogic philosophy, I think the idea of thinking about how your healing journey is cleaning the rooms in a house, and even after you clean it, you still have to maintain it and keep cleaning it. And every so often you'll bump into a room or a basement that you didn't know about. And you'll go in there and be like, oh my gosh, I found this new basement that I had no idea existed. And then you go in and clean that room. But while you're in the process of cleaning that new basement that you found, some of the dust from that basement will go up into the room that you've already cleaned. So it's like this process of continuously cleaning it and discovering new rooms that you have to clean and new rooms that you didn't know about. Even though that feels endless, the great thing about that is that every single new room that you find becomes a new room that you get to explore. It becomes a new room that adds to the whole flavor of the house, and it becomes more and more exciting the more rooms that you find. But of course, even with that analogy, I do think sometimes it is hard to feel like, oh my gosh, is the work we do going to be endless? Am I always going to be feeling like this? And I don't know. I hope not. I don't think that the way you think necessarily goes away forever, but I do think the time in between feeling anxious and the time between feeling down on yourself becomes shorter and shorter. I definitely have been improving a lot more in that, and even when I have moments when I feel like I'm super anxious and I don't know what to do, I'm really quickly able to text myself or talk to myself, write down notes, and reframe all the negative or untruths that I've been saying to myself in my head. And I don't know where this is all going. However, I just know that I've gotten through darker stuff in the past. I've gotten through really hard things in the past. And every so often when I feel like, oh my gosh, I don't know what's happening, that is normal. And it's normal to feel like unsure of yourself. But as long as you remain true to the end goal and the life path that you really, really want, and the life that you want to create for yourself, all of this stuff is just little bumps in the road that continuously teach you more about yourself so that you know and can be really, really assured in the path that you want and what you're looking forward to. But anyways, I am, of course, running late again, but that's a little bit of what I wanted to share. I'm so excited for the Jimmy Fallon show. I don't even know which celebrity's guest it's going to be, but that'll be a nice surprise. Anyways, so I think I'm going to wear this Alice and Olivia dress. Also, don't mind my room. It's really messy because I just got home. But look how fun it is. Oh, I love this. But it's going to be really hot while we're waiting and really, really cold in the studio. So I'm definitely going to need a jacket. For rings, I think I'm gonna do this guy. I got him from Revolve, I think. And then just regular. So before we go into the actual taping, you go into this room called the Rainbow Room, and you just wait here for I think like 45 minutes. And there's a little photo booth thing. There's a little photo booth thing in the back, and then all these little photos of previous guests. It's a long wait, so you wait in line for a good like 20 or 30 minutes, and then you come up here and wait in this room, and then they'll corral you later on into where the tape is. So we're very excited tonight. I don't know what the guest is. I think the guest is like Takashi, and then Bobby. So that was really fun. I just finished. Gonna walk home. Oh my god, that was so fun! I'm so glad my friend came and brought me. It's always such a fun experience to do these things in New York and just be able to go to a random show like this. I'm gonna see if I can try to find myself on TV tonight. Because I think I should be. I was in the front and I was like overly excited. So.
내가 너의 그늘이 돼줄게 언제나 편하게 기대도 돼 네가 원한다면 yeah. 내가 너의 곁에
Even though I share so much of my life on social media, somehow when I was writing this letter, it felt really personal and I was nervous. I wasn't sure what to write. I don't know what it is about a blank piece of paper that makes it so intimidating to start. Everybody has a story, and I think it's a matter of choosing which one feels more like you. For me, I started out my letter talking about how I was afraid of being seen. I've always been afraid of being seen, and this whole year has been a test of that, and me putting myself out there and experimenting with it and finally working through some of those fears myself. I'm not sure when and if he'll ever publish my story, but I'm really glad I did it, and it felt really therapeutic to be able to put all that out into a piece of paper and share it with someone who might read it one day. If you haven't checked out Stranger's Project yet, I highly recommend you do so. Brandon, the guy who started this, decided to collect people's stories, and he displays them out in letters like this at various locations, and it was my first time visiting this specific exhibition. I'll link his Instagram below. I highly suggest you guys check it out. The stories that you read are so touching and so human, and they just remind us that none of us are alone at all. One of the best things about being single is that I have freedom to do whatever I want, whenever I want, and I can do and go wherever the fuck I want. So, we are following my intuition today. We're gonna see where it takes us. I have zero plans. It is Friday night, and I could have stayed home and just ordered food and just hung out and just like watched some TV. But I'm gonna see where my gut wants me to go. So, come along with me.
I was just a kid when I met you, honey. Working on.
Okay, this is gonna be kind of weird, but I thought about buying Pokemon cards earlier today, and I just walked by this game store, and I think they have them. So, I might get some.
Cold matcha?
Pokemon card?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, we have Dustin Rivals, but that's it.
Okay, I don't know anything about it. I just wanted to try one.
Yeah, I mean, so if you want just like these booster packs, we have these. Otherwise, we have like sealed box stuff.
Oh,
that's
I'll
gonna
just
be
get one of those.
Just one?
I'll get two. Found some, and now there's a guy with a bird on his shoulder, so I'm gonna follow him until I find a place to sit to open these. Followed my intuition, and now I followed a man with a bird on his shoulder to the park. Oh, that's so cute. Look at all these doggies playing. I also see this random man taking Polaroids for people. Maybe I'll take one. Why not?
For the weekend.
Thank you.
Late night drives, music loud, ours for speaking. Close my eyes and I was dreaming.
So I've been thinking about dating lately and how difficult it is right now, but also how exhausting it is and how sometimes you just want to give up, right? Like I get so many messages from people just saying how they're so fed up with this whole dating journey. And I'm not gonna lie, I think I'm there. I have moments when I feel so hopeful and joyful, and I want to stay hopeful and joyful that I'll meet somebody and then I'll fall in love and like everything will be happily ever after, which I know isn't the case. It is really hard to feel like people in your life and your friends that you have known for so long are moving forward and they're moving to this next stage when you are still trying to figure out if you can get into a short-term relationship, let alone a long-term one that leads to marriage. There's just so many unknown factors that cause so much anxiety, and that's only normal, right? Like it's only normal that we don't know what's going to happen. So it's scary and it's exhausting on the body to go through that up and down, like, whoa, what's happening kind of feeling. Then going through that really unnerving feeling. So that's just where I'm at, honestly. I've had a really rough week, feeling like I'm not doing enough, I'm not dating enough, I'm not going out there enough, I'm not meeting enough people, I'm not open enough. And all of those are just things to tell myself that that's why I'm not in a relationship, as if being in a relationship is the prize you get, right, for winning at the end of our work that we're trying to do. And I do think it becomes endless at some point, and I feel like it's hard because when I want to show up on social media, I want to be hopeful and positive and not add to the discourse of men being awful and that there are no good men and all these things. I don't believe that, but I do find it hard some days to show up on here and want to remain hopeful. So there's nothing really I wanted to add. It's just that it does suck sometimes, and it's okay that it sucks. And as much work at that as I've done in therapy and trying to work the negative spirals that we tend to get into, there have been a lot of moments when I'm just like, okay, but I also have to accept the fact that sometimes it does suck. The bright side of it all is that all I can say is there's so many other things in life to also be excited about, like projects you can do, hobbies you can pick up. And of course they don't ever really replace the feeling of being chosen by someone and feeling like you belong in a relationship and with a partnership. They help the day-to-day, and I think that's sometimes all you can ask for. So that's where I'm at this week. It's been a lot of ups and downs, I'm not gonna lie. Also, content creation is a lot of ups and downs. I have people unfollowing me and then people sending me hate comments. It's not easy, but I'm here, I'm doing it. It is what it is, and this is maybe just part of life, you know? All right, gonna keep eating breakfast. On the bright side though, I ran the fastest I've run in a while. No, ever, maybe ever, since I started running today, and that was so good. That feeling of just like, wow, I see improvement and I see how much faster I can run if I just like keep at it. I was doing a tempo run today, but in the past I was kind of just running to run and I just needed to not feel like I was dying pretty much. But when I started incorporating workouts from Runna and actually having a scheduled plan of what I was gonna do for each run, I actually see improvement and it's kind of crazy. I love it. But anyways, I thought I would make my post-run protein smoothie for you. It's super simple. I have been trying not to drink so much ice stuff, so I haven't been using frozen bananas, but you can use a frozen banana or whatever banana you have, but I use just a regular banana. Then I'll usually add some frozen berries. They go bad so quickly, but I'm gonna add some of these. Some coconut water. Oop. Some frozen yogurt. Some Greek yogurt. Fire! Come on. Okay, not the prettiest, but totally fine. It's so funny that even with so many content creators and so many creators telling you how mentally exhausting it can be to be a creator, it's just like you don't think it's gonna happen somehow. It's not that I didn't think it was gonna happen to me, but like I would always think, okay, you know what, maybe I'll deal with it later, when I have more followers or more people, or like when it's just like more real. But it's not, it really can be very emotionally just like, what am I doing? But sometimes you just gotta go with it. And then I always add this cordyceps to it. It's supposed to help support endurance, recovery, and cellular health. And it's made from a full spectrum of mushrooms. So, and we love a little bit of mushrooms. Hee. All right. And then just mix it all up. Does this also ever end up reminding anyone of, oh my gosh, what's that show? Well, the one on the island, and they're like, there's murderers and everything. Oh my gosh, when you're like thinking about something and then you just lose it and then you try to chase it all day? I get so much anxiety from that. I don't know about you guys. Sometimes I think about a thought and then I just like forget about it, or I think about it and then I want to write it down, but then I don't write it down. And then I'll spend all day just trying to recall what I was trying to think about. And then I get anxiety from that. And then I can't seem to let go of the fact that I've forgotten. But anyways, I digress. So good.